On November 24, 1971, a man boarded a Northwest Orient flight from Portland to Seattle. He gave the name Dan Cooper, later misreported as D.B. Cooper, and mid-flight he claimed to have a bomb in his briefcase and demanded $200,000 and 4 parachutes. The pilot turned back to Seattle, and the aircraft landed. There, a team of negotiators met the plane. At one point, Cooper could be heard shouting, "I have a bomb! I'm serious, I want the money and I want the parachutes!" After about an hour and a half, his demands were met. The passengers were released, and Cooper ordered the aircraft to fly again, this time to Mexico City. And as it flew over the wilderness of Washington state, somewhere between Seattle and the Canadian border, he lowered the rear stairs of the Boeing 727, jumped out with the money, and was never seen again. It's one of the strangest crimes in American history, one that captivated the nation and led to one of the most extensive manhunts in FBI history. But recently released FBI documents have given us some new clues. According to the FBI, as the hijacking unfolded and the plane made its way to Seattle, Cooper supposedly disassembled one of the parachutes, perhaps to check for tampering. This detail came from an FBI agent who interviewed a flight attendant on the day of the hijacking. The agent wrote that she observed the hijacker partially disassemble one of the parachutes and stated that she was under the impression that he was checking to see if the ripcord had been removed or altered in any way. But the most interesting pieces of evidence were found in the lining of the tie that Cooper left behind on the plane. According to an FBI analysis, the tie contained rare particles, specifically titanium and bismuth, which are used in the aerospace and electronics industries. The report suggests that the tie was likely in contact with or was manufactured with these materials, which could mean that Cooper worked in these fields, or maybe even as a mechanic. The report also mentions that Cooper had very little, if any, mechanical or machinist type of work experience, which seemed to rule out the possibility that he was a Vietnam veteran. But despite these new details, there are still more questions than answers. Who was D.B. Cooper? What happened to him after he jumped out of the plane with $200,000? And is he really the only unsolved American mystery to come out of the 1970s? For more on this case, and others like it, stay tuned.